We're now with Public Works, and I would note that Councilman Hager and Councilman Pridemore are here, and Randy, if you could introduce yourself and your colleagues, and then make whatever budget presentation you'd like to make.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I would start by introducing Mr. Mark Macy. To my left, he's our Chief Engineer in Public Works. To my right is Sharon Wallstrom, the Assistant Director for Finance. I'll also have a few other staff members with me today. Philip Jones, our Operations Manager, Jenna Smith, our PIO, Sharon Smith, our Director of Beautification, and Mr. Billy Fields, who's over our Transportation and Licensing.
Before you start, I should, I don't want to neglect to do this because it's important, is to say thank you for Public Works' incredible performance during the ice and snow storms. Your folks worked endless hours, receiving lots of suggestions from others about where you should be and how you should be doing it, and did it with a lot of skill, and the community appreciates it. And I want, if you could let your people know, I will at a later date to do the same, but we definitely appreciate the hard work.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Mayor, and you pretty much took my opening line, which was pretty much to that, the last couple of weeks of the winter was somewhat trying times, and I think the Public Works employees did an outstanding job during this time, and I wanted to take this opportunity to thank them, especially our operations crews and our call center. They worked 12-hour shifts and really did a good job. And I'd like to also thank you, Mayor, for your leadership during that event. I think it was truly a team effort, including the Water Department, MTA, Police and Fire, OEM, and the Sheriff's Office helped us also. So it was truly a team effort, and I think that was evident throughout the ordeal. But thank you for those kind comments. I do appreciate it. Basically, the Public Works Department performs a wide variety of services for the citizens of Nashville and Davidson County. I'm just going to skip over and mention main functions rather than a lengthy list. We're involved in several functions, but basically helping to ensure a safe and clean network of public streets and alleys, provide a system for managing trash, recycling, and other waste in Davidson County, and also managing capital projects. And I would just mention two that we're very proud of. I think you were at the dedication ceremony for the 46th Avenue Murphy Road roundabout, very successful project. And I'd also mention the Harding Place sidewalk project, of which it's in 3 phases. We've already finished the first phase, soon to start the second phase. When completed, it'll be approximately 3 miles of new sidewalk, which will greatly enhance pedestrian safety in that area. We're requesting, Mayor, improvements in 2 different areas, basically. The first would be pretty much a status quo or required budget modifications. This is approximately $1.3 million. This is basically for CPI increases on our current contracts, utility increases. It would also include staffing for the expanded downtown recycling program and the new convenience center. We're very happy and thank you again for the new convenience center being in the capital budget. We hope to open the convenience center sometime this summer. That'll be the 4th one, so we're very proud of that. The second area includes items that we would like for you to consider that we feel will enhance the services that we are able to provide citizens now. These would include modifications totaling approximately $1.7 million, and it's basically additional staff for the curbside recycling program. This would allow us to go to twice monthly. We currently pick up once a month. Also additional staff for our night cleaning crew. We have approximately 17 employees. We work every night, 7 nights a week, cleaning the downtown with all the events and everything that's going on. This is a critical function, and we would like to add 4 more positions to that. We're also requesting additional staffing for our infrared road repair crew. The infrared patching for potholes, et cetera, is basically state of the art. It's much better than just cold mix or hot mix. It's a much more permanent patch, so we're asking for 3 additional staff there. Also 2 additional staff for the backdoor recycling program. And the final request is basically $60,000 for barricades for the police's mass traffic plans. This kind of popped up in the middle of the year. They changed the mass traffic plan around the arena, and we're providing barricades, so we're asking for $60,000 to help cover that. In closing, I would simply say spring is a very busy time for the Public Works Department. The asphalt plants are open, and we will be paving projects all over Davidson County. Thank you for your time, and we'd be happy to try to answer any questions.
Well, your last comments lead me into my first question. I think it's probably the thing you've heard the most about in the last month is potholes.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's the interstate with state control or our roads, the ice and the snow had, I think, more of an effect in terms of creating potholes than most years. How does that stand?
Well, immediately after the storm, we started working overtime on the pothole, on the issue with the patching crews. We've had patching crews working overtime to try to get caught up. But yes, it raised the number considerably. But Public Works is used to dealing with potholes. We patch probably in the neighborhood of 28,000, 30,000 a year. The storm did bring that number up some. I mean, we've been working, like I said, overtime, so we're trying to stay ahead of the curve, but there's a lot of work out there to be done.
Okay. And then, as you say, the weather's at a point now where the asphalt's being made and...
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, your request includes compost collection. It's a rate increase. What is that? I guess it's an annual contract rate increase from $11.28 to $11.43 per ton. So we're paying for that to be collected?
That's just that's the brush.
The brush?
Piece, yes, sir.
Okay. And then the curbside recycling program to do it twice monthly, and that would be all over the urban?
Just the USD.
USD.
The only place we have curbside recycling is in USD, yes, sir.
All right. All right. And the demand is there to support that?
Well, we feel like that if we can, currently it's once a month, and that's the closer you can have recycling mimic trash collection, which is once a week, by the way, and we're not trying to immediately jump to once a week, but we think, yeah, more frequent pickup, at least twice monthly, would improve the program, yes, sir.
Do you have any sense in terms of the amount of recycling that's picked up, what the trends are? Has it been steadily increasing? It's
been pretty much static, to be very honest with you. We're always looking for ways to try to increase it. We have an active education program. We feel like the twice monthly will help. I mean, it's just another factor where we're trying to increase interest in the recycling, but to be it's basically stayed fairly static.
Okay. And then in terms of recycling, you've looked at and have a proposal regarding the downtown area?
Yes, sir. This basically expands the downtown recycling, which is more for pedestrians or people walking on the sidewalk, if you will. Basically, we'll be putting in a trash and recycling receptacle together. We currently have some downtown recycling, but it's very limited. I think it's on Dedrick, Church, and some of KVB. But what this would do is expand the entire downtown area where you'd have trash collection and recycling. So it would greatly expand the program.
Okay.
Are we looking at new containers for that, Randy?
Yes, sir.
New set up?
Yes, sir. About 175 new containers.
That you already ordered, right?
Yes, sir. We've started the program. The only thing we're requesting in this budget is staffing.
Right.
Okay. All right. Rich, what do you got?
And just explain why you need, I mean, you're already picking up garbage. Why do you need additional staff for the curbside?
Well, you pretty much have to keep the two separate. It's difficult to have the same truck pick up recycling and trash. So you're basically running two different routes, if you will. Even though the recycling and the trash receptacle are side by side, you still have to pick them up separate because obviously we try to keep the recyclables separate from the trash. And trying to do it this way seems to be the most convenient and the most efficient way to handle it.
Okay. Greg?
Randy, update us on the new convenience center on that project.
We have met with the contractors. It's going along very well. We had to go through all the usual things you do with the new project, pricing and this type of thing. Right now, we hope to open sometime this summer, perhaps July or
In the
August.
southern part of the county, tell us where.
It's in, I'm sorry, yes, it's in Easdale Pike. It's close to the sheriff's complex
Right.
out there. And it'll help serve the southern part of the county. We currently have 3 convenience centers. They're Madison, Anderson Lane, and East Center. So this will open up really the southern part of the
That
county.
should be good.
Yeah, we're very proud of it.
Okay. Billy, how's transportation licensing?
Mayor, we're working really hard. We have more cabs on this year. We're working with the livery services as well. And by the summer, we'll have the low-speed vehicles as well as the pedal vehicles also under license. So it's moving forward quickly. A lot of changes.
And this was a year you did all the work on the Uber, Lyft, and
Yes, sir. We spent about 14 months, and the commission passed regulations up to the Metro Council to consider, and they passed that in December. So we're still working on that.
okay. Very good. And how many cabs do we have now?
Right now, we can have up to 1,324 taxi cabs. Right now, we probably have about 900, and we're adding. We've nearly tripled the number in the last 30 months.
Okay. And we should also thank Philip, the folks on the trucks, for their work.
Appreciate it.
Great work. Okay. Sidewalks or anything?
No, that's okay. We've got some capital issues to work through this spring, too. Sort of what we're going to do as it relates to capital projects going into next year. Anything you want to talk about there in particular? Mark, Randy?
There's always a need for improving our infrastructure and making our roads safer. So it'll never stop.
We met this morning on that subject. We, Rich, me, and those guys to talk about capital projects, too. So it's a work in progress, but there are needs and always important ones.
Okay. Good. All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for your service.
Yes, sir.
And do a great job. Appreciate it.
Thank you.